Good morning and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. So today I have a full set of sculpted nails, or actually one hand of sculpted nails. So I am using CJP's hollow extreme length forms. I bought these a little while ago, haven't used them yet. Thought today was the perfect opportunity. So forms are really sturdy, they're lovely to use. I have quite a high hyponychium. This isn't an issue, it's got beautiful cut out bits and more room to tailor if you need to. I didn't. I did use the forms and I did then pinch the nails as well, but on a lot of them, didn't really need to be honest. You can pinch them quite nicely. So lovely C curve. So because I'm doing a very long set, I do this every now and again. This time of year it's always useful because these are wow nails. These are nails that are going to get you noticed. They probably won't stay this length for very long. I love them for a couple of days and then they start to get annoying, so I end up cutting them down, but it's nice to practice. And I don't do as much sculpting as I want to do because I'm not very confident doing it. So when I am sculpting, I get my little clear layer on my nail bed first because then I know my dehydrator is under there, and then I build up the length of the nail, and I start with the free edge, get that first bead connecting with the natural nail, and then build it from there, get the tip done. And that's because the acrylic on your nail bed will set faster than the acrylic on your form because there's no body heat there. So you can see there I've put my pinching tool in. So what I do with my pinching tool, I wait for the acrylic to stop being tacky and to feel warm. I then put my pinching tool into my crystal glass just so it doesn't stick. So there's me putting my next form on. They're beautiful to use, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so on this freeze frame you can see the oval at the end of that form. That's because I'm doing a ballerina shaped nail. I want them nice and pinched, but you don't want that form to close completely at the end. That would be for a stiletto. So I thought I'd leave that freeze frame in there. So yeah, just making sure it's nice and pinched underneath so you can see how pinched you can get this form. You don't necessarily need a pinching tool. For me, it's mainly because I tend to end up doing my nails quite bulky on that free edge and I don't like them to look wide. I wanted a very long nail, a very narrow nail. So yeah, just making sure they're very sticky, they hold nicely, they don't move. Dehydrating as I go, making sure that dehydrator is dry. Small bead of crystal glass, just get that nail bed neat. All through this video it's in this sort of view just because I'm moving around so much, so I'm sorry for any dodgy camera angles, anything like that. Not all of the video is in here. This first one is predominantly building the clear bases. I'm going to have to do a second one just because of storage space basically. So get that acrylic on there, I get that first bead on, and then I just pat and press it and keep moving those lines. Use the lines on your form to keep it nice and straight. Out of all of my nails, there were 2 that were absolutely bloody perfect. The others dropped slightly, or I haven't filed them enough, you know, I'm not perfect. But I was really pleased with how these nails came out, really pleased. So just making sure that that thin base is as thin as I can get it and is as neat and as tidy as I can get it. You have plenty of time. The one monomer works while you are touching it. Once you stop touching it, it stops moving. That's why I love it so much. So just getting that length on there. Cleaning my brush frequently because I'm working wetter than I normally would. I don't want any acrylic getting trapped in that nail. and there you can see that clear base starting to take shape. Now for me, I build my clear base, make sure it's strong enough. I then take my form off and I file it. When you're doing acrylic design, you need to have as smooth a base as possible because you don't want to be working on a bumpy foundation. So that's the way that I do it. Other people build directly on the form and that's absolutely fine too. I just find that it's easier for me to get that form off and to get it shaped just like I would with a tip. So I'm just making sure we've got strength down that spine and that we've got enough coverage so that when I take my form off, it's not going to crack or break or fall off, because that would be a pisser. It's at this point, I've got that little finger done. Little finger's a little bit bulkier than I wanted it to be. There you go. Just making sure that that form's nice and pinched. It's at this point that I start to get excited because I do like me some long nails. So I have done this video up until a certain point in the design. I will then upload this one and I'll put the next one up. I'm not sure how much content I've got of the artwork, so I'll warn you now. It is really hard. So I'm filming today with my table up against the wall. So I haven't got everything out. It's literally, I'm just working in this little space. So I literally form all of the nails like this. So you can see, getting it nice and straight. I haven't had to alter that form at all. Fits perfectly. So easy. I have used the salon length forms on others and they are just as nice to use. I absolutely love them. So these forms are the hollow extreme length forms from CJP. Again, dehydrate as I go. Get that little clear bead onto that nail bed first. I apologise for dogs barking. Okay, that's the dog sorted out. So, yeah, putting that clear base on first. Lots of other people will start with the free edge bead. I just like to get that on so I know that I've got that dehydrator and it's not going to go anywhere. So come on that bead, just drain the back of it slightly. I want it wet enough that I can move it where I need it to go. So just pushing that up to make contact, and I'm concentrating on those side walls there because that's your weak point. So once I've got that contact there and I'm happy with that, I can then move on to the body of the nail. Lovely, lovely, lovely forms. Really nice. So you can buy these forms. You can get the salon length ones, 500 I think, for about £9. These ones, the extreme ones, are 100, I believe. Yeah, 100. But I very rarely use them. You know, it's literally just me now and again when I feel like doing a really out there set. And believe me, these will be getting cut down. I'll have them on for a few days and they'll start to really annoy me because they're getting away. It's not a workable length. Lots of nail techs do work with nails this long, and if I did nails all the time, I probably would have them this long, but the reality is that I do waxing. So I have to keep my right hand shorter anyway. But it's nice to do a long set to put on my feed, which I quite like. So just getting that length sorted on there. Sort of measuring the fingers against each other to make sure I've got the length I want. Just give my brush a bit of a clean. So putting a little bit more strength on that nail bed. Like I said, you need this really, really thin, but you need it thick enough that it's strong enough to build a base on. So as I'm going, as I'm taking the pinching tool off, once the pinching tool comes off, I'm then removing the form. And I just keep building until I'm happy with the length, that you know, that's a nice smooth structure. You can see there how thick it is. It is so hard doing this on myself and filming and trying to keep my hand in the shot. So it was just easier to leave it in this view, otherwise I'd be cutting bits left, right and centre. I do go out of shot on some of these bits. so I apologise. So just putting a little bit more strength. You can see my lovely glasses and my hair in that shot. So that is all of my clear bases built. So once we've done that, doesn't it look nice? Oh, nothing better. So I have filed them into shape, and I have filed over the body of the nails as well to get them as nice and as smooth and as prepped as possible. I'm now coming with Birthday Suit, and I'm doing a very thin nail bed cover. It's purely out that colour because we'll be adding stuff onto this finger. This set was inspired by a set that was put up, I think it was a year ago, at least a year ago, if not two, of a set by Vincent's Nails. It has beautiful work, and I've wanted to do them forever, but I get put off by doing white nails because they get grubby so quickly. But you know, had a day off. Thought I'd have a go. So once we've got that nail bed colour on there, I am then getting coconut milk, and I'm using that as a base on the bottom part of these nails. So that first bead goes on. I'm working quite wet. I don't need it to be a full-on thick base. It just needs to be a base colour. So I'm working quite small beads here, quite wet, and just fading it where I want it to go. I'm also using CJP's Snow Globe, which is perfect for this time of year. And in actual fact, I posted this set on the CJP group yesterday, and Jumbo Porch told me to tag them. They're doing a winter wedding competition. So if you use CJP, you know, and you're on that group, head over. Why not do a set? Why not push yourself? Do a set and enter it. Why not? So this is Snow Globe, putting that over the top of that white. Beautiful colour, love it. And then I am using Zahara May from Tracy Lou. So I just moved my hand down and realised I was out of shot. That doesn't happen all the way along. I'm sorry. There we go. So I'm just putting Zahara May over that join and part way down the nail in a diagonal swoosh. I'm going to be putting painted snowflakes over the top of this. So it doesn't need to be exact, it just needs to be pretty. Was going to use White Wizard, but I've used it a lot recently, so I thought I'd go with Zahara May because it reminds me of ice. Ice, ice, baby. Had to get that in. So yeah, just using a tiny little bit of clear acrylic to get that glitter placed. Now I'm just picking up extra bits with my wet brush. Turn the tissue over so I'm not getting glitter everywhere. So the pinky finger, hello to my glasses again. The pinky finger is coconut milk. So I'm doing a full finger of coconut milk, and then I'm doing the Snow Globe just over the top of that. This finger will be staying white. I'm just going to add a little gemstone on there. I always struggle with my little finger. When I did the form, I don't think the form was placed correctly, so it's pointing down somewhat. So I did try to correct it. So I did build up the top and then file from underneath. It could have done with a little bit more filing, but I got arm ache, so it goes up. It's only on me, it's fine. So yeah, literally just coming in bead by bead until I've got the thickness that I want, the coverage that I want. It's not lumpy bumpy. Well, it is lumpy bumpy, but you know, it's fileable. And it's always difficult when you're doing a set this long, you know. Long nails are easier in one way. You can get more design on, which is why I love doing them. But in another, they're also harder because, you know, you've got to think more about your structure. Because if you don't have a nice, why? Look at my head. Why don't you just look at the inside of my glasses? I've just recently had my hair done, so I've gone from blonde to a blonde and copper tone type thing. But there you go. So yeah, constantly smoothing that acrylic. Coconut milk is one of the least sticky whites I've ever used. Lovely to work with, considering it's white, it's very, very nice. So yeah, I very often build the nail and then come in with another bead and just smooth it all out. But I'm going to be filing it anyway, so it's not really a biggie. And when I'm doing my own nails, I'm very often doing one nail at a time and going off and doing something and coming back. I have to say my favourite for shaping is my thumb. My thumb went beautifully. So just constantly cleaning, just constantly wiping that brush, make sure it's not too sticky. It's very lumpy bumpy at this point, it's not going to matter. I've gone out of shot. I could have cut this bit out, but I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Not awake for that just yet. Oh, I so could have cut all of that out. Anyway. Still building. C curves on these are mental. You can see there, look. Gorgeous. So really the pinching tool was mainly for the sidewalls on the nail bed, not for the length of the nail. I achieved that with the just using the forms. So just coming in with a small amount of that snow globe. You don't need a lot. It's a beautiful colour for that. On the ring finger, I was going to do snowflakes and then dust them with acrylic liquid, acrylic powder, sorry. But I tried it 2 or 3 times, I didn't like it. So I ended up hand painting them with CJP acrylic paint instead. I still did around the cuticle, and obviously I did the sweater nail, which I loved. So reverse nail bed, not the best one I've ever done. So first bead goes on there, blend it back, and then as it falls down, shape it with your brush. I end up using about 20 billion beads to do this nail bed. I was working a little bit wet on there, and it was very cold in my house yesterday. So just building that nail bed so it's the same width all around. I'll come in with another bead in a second. Not too concerned about building this nail bed too high because I can just e-file it back down. More concerned about getting those side walls nice. But you can see I'm working a little bit too wet there, and it's sort of it pulled down a bit. But you know, it looked nice in the end, so that's the main thing. So we're near the end of this part. I'm going to get this bit uploaded and get the second part edited. Like I said, I don't know how much is usable, but I will put up whatever I've got left. Thank you very much for watching part 1 of my winter set, and I will be back shortly with part 2. Enjoy, and thank you for subscribing and liking my posts. See you all soon. Bye bye.